What's going on, family? Welcome back to another Real Talk. I pray y'all are still doing well as we off top. Give the Most High all the honor, the glory, and definitely all praise and worship. Thank you, Most High. Thank you, Yahushua, who hung, bled, and died. This is a video response back to you, Sister Lakey. This is why I do videos, especially when you hear me talk about DNA. A lot of people are always saying it ain't important. When you hear me talk about blood types, when you hear me say things like everybody's not human, when you hear me talk about living in the days of Noah, the Nephilims, the Watchers, demons, etc., etc., this video response back is to you. When you start talking about cannibalism, people who eat people, the human flesh, it's nothing new under the sun. This stuff been going on for a long time, and I mean a long time. Even in the Bible, when you look at the old covenant, you'll see, when we see famine, we see judgment. There was some back then who was eating their own children. Eating their own children. It's right there in the word, man. You can go back to 2 Kings. You see it in Deuteronomy. And most people read it and say, man, that can't be true. Just like when I talk about child sacrificing, when the Bible uses the term pass through the fire. That's why I told you I don't care nothing about Halloween and the devil's hot Sabbath and all this stuff. You got crazy people out here. Now, keep in mind, again, as I've been saying for the 17 years I've been on YouTube, everybody is not human. Now, Jeffrey Dahmer, I know y'all remember this. He was also known as the Milwaukee Monster. Chopping and cutting up, man, cutting up men left and right and boys, man, especially my race of people. Sad, man. And was going into details about how he loved biceps and triceps and the human heart and eating and wanted to get closer to his victim. They did a movie about it. And this is why when I talk about Esau, Edomites, are people that love to eat blood. I'm not talking about everybody white. Just catch what I'm saying. I'm not putting everybody, I'm not saying everybody, I'm not saying all. That's just like me saying all black men, I ain't nothing but dope dealers. But there are some Edomites. And matter of fact, what was Jeffrey Dahmer? I'll let y'all tell me that. But you got people that love eating meat with blood. They love eating blood to this day. They never stop loving eating blood. And when you get technical and get all the way down with Leviticus, you'll see a whole lot of what I'm talking about on why we just supposed to eat meat and the bottom feeders and the shrimps and all this stuff that destroys the human body. But you see it in movies all the time. Some crazy person is eating a human being. Think about it. But back in the Old Testament, again, you saw the judgment. And I know some people are going to say, well, when you talk about Esau, that was the pot of stew. But you got to realize what Esau was really all about. And again, I'm not talking about all Caucasian or white, whatever name you want to say. I'm just saying you got to realize that biblically speaking, again, the Bible shows you everybody wasn't human. Back then and right now, the days of Noah. So, again, it was judgment going on because famine had hit. So you telling me, JT, people were starving so much that they started eating their own children? Exactly. Ezekiel prophesied this. Jeremiah, they prophesied this. You might not want to believe it. Matter of fact, there's this movie. What's the name of that movie? Something with pins and needles. This movie came out, I think, last year. This little girl, this white girl in there. This movie is so throwed off, man, but it's really showing so much truth because the woman, the main woman, let me say the younger woman in the movie, she was a diabetic. Well, I don't want to tell the movie if you've seen it then, but somebody may have not seen it. But let me say it in a way where it won't spoil it. But this woman saw a wealthy couple And this wealthy couple was chopping up and killing folks left and right. And you go to their house, man, they had body parts, everything laying around the house. And they was using it for an experiment. And then here's the thing I caught out the movie. They was trying to expand their own human life. Y'all remember the old video I did years ago? How they was already in them labs and stuff trying to come up with things to make you live longer? What if I could tell you, I give you something to take and you can live a whole lot longer than what you're living? See, this movie was exposing that the man was eating blood. That little, when she broke in the house and saw all the body parts, she realized how wicked they was, and they was wealthy. The house was huge. But that man, when the man started talking about his own life, how he was eating children's blood, man, that ain't just a movie. You got some folks out here, man, that'll sell out anything for the love of money. It is the root of all evil. This is why I can't say what I really want to say, because I know I can't get away with it without being blocked off of here. But I'm gonna tap it around in this way. This is why when you see a lot of what you see, just read in between the lines if you can. Y'all know what I mean when I say that. And those that don't know what I mean when I say that, email me. It's already here again. And you see the ones who really went out on a limb and went done it. There's a lot going on with the body. It's a whole lot going on, period. And when you look at that, what was that man name? He was making all that money off them aborted baby feces, them abortions he was doing. Man was just making a killing off of them abortions. And then you wonder why they started doing what they was doing with abortion and the laws, why they kept trying to change this and change that. Man, you got to realize it's innocent blood being taken all the time, y'all. These ain't just movies. It's in real life. And they show you in the movie exactly what they've been doing, and they not even hiding it. They not hiding it. Cannibalism is nothing new. It was in the Bible. It never left. If you think about it, you think about people that say, man, you know, if it come down to it, man, I probably could eat a person. You think that ain't never happened before? I'm talking to you that email me. It's nothing new under the sun. It's terrible what we living in. But one day, man, it's gonna all be over and done with. You know, it will be all over and done with. But again, it's all over the Bible, man. And maybe we'll come back and do a Bible study, scripture by scripture. You know, coming from Ezekiel and Jeremiah, just showing where, man, when famine hit, man, people started losing it back then. They started eating their own children. Ain't no way I could eat my own children. The thought of that just, and when you go back to Jeffrey Dahmer, man, if I'm not mistaken, I remember years ago, the man was talking about he started putting seasoning on the body. He started putting seasoning on the arms and the legs and the favorite body parts that he was, and it became good to him. And what about the man that was in the funeral home? I can't think of his name. He was having sex with the dead bodies. You got to ask yourself these questions. When people doing that type of stuff, are they really human? Or could they be Nephilim DNA? See, this DNA, man, it scares folks. That's why I did that video the other day about, does the DNA do matter with who you sleep with? You best believe it do, because you don't know what you done slept with, and you don't know what that child is. That's dangerous. And that's why a lot of people saying, man, I don't know what I slept with. This child doing some stuff that ain't normal, man. I'm starting to question my baby daddy. I'm starting to question my baby mama. This little girl keep on going outside, man, and eating bugs, and you gotta watch this stuff. I'm not being funny, y'all. You gotta watch this stuff, because that blood, that DNA, man, I'll stop right there. But just think about what I'm saying. Cannibalism ain't nothing new under the sun. Shalom.
Soon, the entire world will start eating meat printed by a printer, and we won't even be able to tell if it's real meat or not. This isn't a plot from Black Mirror, it's our reality unfolding. Here's why printed meat resembles real meat so closely. The 3D printers use special bio-inks to create it. These bio-inks are actually made from stem cells extracted from different animals depending on the desired type of meat: beef, pork, poultry, or even fish. In a laboratory, these cells then multiply, interact, and differentiate into the fat and muscle cells that make up bio-ink. These bio-inks are then intricately layered by specialized 3D printers to construct meat products that closely mimic the texture, taste, and nutritional composition of traditional meats. This is identical to real beef, and when it is ready and served, even the smell is the same. Scientists claim that by using this technology, the environmental impact associated with conventional livestock farming will be greatly reduced. So would you eat printed meat?